A Cadillac blocked my gate. Not parked, blocked. Engine humming, black paint reflecting the late afternoon sun like polished armor, windows tinted dark enough that you couldn't see who sat inside, but you could feel them watching. That's how my marriage ended, and that's how I found out my entire life had been engineered. My name is Daniel Harper. I'm 41 years old. Until 3 months ago, I thought I was an ordinary man with an ordinary life. I wasn't rich, I wasn't powerful, I wasn't connected. I was just steady. I worked as a senior electrical systems supervisor for a manufacturing firm outside Philadelphia. 14 years with the same company. Never missed a mortgage payment, never missed a parent-teacher meeting. I believed stability was strength. Turns out stability makes you predictable, and predictable makes you useful. It was a Tuesday. I finished work early because our department wrapped a compliance inspection ahead of schedule. I remember feeling proud. The team had performed well. I even grabbed Lily's favorite chocolate milkshake on the way home. I pulled onto our street around 4:15 p.m. and saw the Escalade blocking my driveway. It wasn't subtle. It was deliberate. I parked on the curb instead and stepped out slowly. The driver's door opened. 2 men stepped out, both in tailored black suits, broad shoulders, thick necks, expressionless. They didn't look like neighbors. They looked like muscle. "Can we help you?" one of them asked. He was standing in front of my house. Before I could respond, the rear passenger door opened. Sophia stepped out, my wife of 14 years. She removed her sunglasses calmly. Behind her emerged a tall man with silver streaks in his hair and a suit that probably cost more than my car. Victor Salazar. If you lived anywhere near Philadelphia, you knew that name. Real estate developer, luxury projects, political fundraisers. The kind of man who didn't wait in lines. He stepped beside Sophia and placed his hand at her lower back. Possessive. Intentional. My stomach dropped. "Sophia?" I said. Her face was unreadable. "We need to talk." Victor smiled slightly. "Mr. Harper." He said my name like he was testing how it felt in his mouth. "This doesn't need to be dramatic." One of the suited men shifted closer to me. "She's leaving with us," he said. "You don't interfere." "And if I do?" I asked. He flexed his hands. "You won't." I looked at Sophia. "Where's Lily?" "At my sister's," she said. Without telling me, without asking me. 14 years. And this was how she chose to end it. I felt anger rising, but I've learned something over the years. Anger is loud. Control is dangerous. "She's free to leave," I said calmly. Victor tilted his head. "But you brought bodyguards to my house," I continued. "That's not confidence. That's fear." The scarred one swung first. Wide punch. Predictable. I ducked. My elbow drove into his ribs. He wheezed and folded. The second lunge, I pivoted, twisted his wrist, and slammed him against the hood of the Escalade. 10 seconds. Silence. Victor's calm cracked. Sophia looked stunned. "Get off my property," I said quietly. They got back into the Cadillac quickly. As they pulled away, Sophia didn't look back. That was the part that hurt most. Inside, the house felt hollow. Half the closet empty. Family photos missing. Documents gone. This wasn't sudden. It was strategic. That night, divorce papers hit my email. Filed 3 days earlier. Emergency custody petition attached. Reason? Emotional instability and aggressive behavior. I stared at the screen for an hour. In 24 hours, I had lost my wife, my daughter, my sense of reality. The next morning, I lost my job. My boss looked miserable. Victor Salazar's firm just acquired majority interest in our parent company. My stomach dropped. "They've requested your termination." 14 years. Erased with a phone call. I didn't cry. I hired a private investigator. If my life was collapsing, I wanted to know why. 3 days later, we met at a diner. He slid a folder across the table. "She's been seeing Salazar for 3 years. 3. Not 3 weeks. 3 years. Hotel receipts, bank transfers, condo ownership through an LLC. And then, there's something else," he said. My chest tightened. She had a child before you.
What? 15 years ago, a son. Gave him up for adoption. The room spun. A son. Sophia had a son and never told me. I drove home in silence, trying to piece together the woman I thought I knew. Then the FBI called. Agent Laura Bennett. Victor Salazar had been under investigation for corporate fraud and financial manipulation, and my name had surfaced. Your wife accessed internal system files from your company's secure network, Bennett said. She used your login credentials multiple times. My hands went cold. She was extracting data connected to military subcontract bits. I couldn't breathe. You're saying, we believe she may have entered the marriage with you as part of a long-term corporate intelligence strategy. 14 years. Targeted. Planned. Engineered. The word love suddenly felt fictional. 2 days before the custody hearing, Victor requested a meeting. Private booth. Upscale restaurant. He didn't waste time. He slid an envelope toward me. Inside, a $5 million cashier's check. Full custody to Sophia. You agree to supervised visitation once a month. You relocate quietly. He leaned forward. You cannot beat me. Judges know me, investors know me. Immigration reviews move faster than you think. I stared at the check. $5 million. Security. Freedom. Peace. All I had to do was abandon my daughter. I tore it in half, then into quarters, then again. You can't buy a father, I said. His smile vanished. You're emotional. No, I replied. I am permanent. The custody hearing was chaos. Sophia's lawyers painted me unstable. They showed photos of the injured bodyguards. Then my investigator testified. Financial records, secret condo, hidden child. Agent Bennett confirmed an active federal investigation. Sophia's composure cracked for the first time. Then Lily did something no one expected. She stood up. I want to live with my dad. The courtroom froze. You said he attacked them for no reason, but I heard you. You told them to scare him. Sophia's face strained of color. The judge leaned back. Truth is disruptive, and once spoken, it cannot be unsaid. 3 months later, Victor Salazar was indicted on federal charges. Sophia accepted a plea deal. 8 years. Full custody awarded to me. The immigration threat disappeared once federal protection was granted. Lily came home. Sophia's son, Adrian, reached out. He wanted answers. We met in a park halfway between states. He had Sophia's eyes, but none of her coldness. We talk sometimes now. He and Lily are learning their siblings. I found new work at a smaller firm. Less flashy, more honest. One evening, Lily asked me something. Dad, why didn't you take the money? I looked at her. Because if I sold you once, I said gently, I'd never stop selling pieces of myself. She thought about that, then hugged me tight. Here's what I learned. Betrayal doesn't always come from hate. Sometimes it comes from strategy, from ambition, from people who see others as tools. Sophia saw me as access. Victor saw me as obstacle. But they underestimated something. I wasn't rich. I wasn't powerful. But I was stubborn. And I loved my daughter more than I loved comfort. And that's something no billionaire can outbid. If someone ever tries to intimidate you, if they think money equals control, remember this. Power isn't loud. It isn't expensive. It isn't parked in your driveway. Power is the quiet decision to stand your ground, even when it costs you everything. And I wasn't for sale. Not then.